4 years of high school, many tiresome nights, and one aching back later, I finally got the diploma that matches the set. And after all that time, it would be a shame not to share the lessons I learned with you. Of course, I'm sure you know the regular, do your homework, focus on your classes, and all that jazz. And if you don't already know that,
engrave that into your head and lock in.
But I'm here to tell you the advice on how to really make these next few years count, especially when living as a Christian.
Number 1.
Don't step into the wrong crowds. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 33 says, "Evil company corrupts good habits." Back when I was in middle school, there was nothing I wanted more than to be accepted. I tried to change the way I talk and the way I walk just to be tolerated by
The cool kids.
It was so bad to the point that my friends and family would notice the difference, and it molded how I acted towards people. Acting different made me such an angry person that I didn't even know who I was anymore. And it doesn't just stop with your attitude, but also with your habits. Sometimes the people we hang around can introduce us to things that will start bad habits of its own. Next thing you know, you'll be in the bathrooms every day smelling like a freeze-dried mango, all because you couldn't say no. Save yourself the temptation, and don't be in crowds that wouldn't bring out the best in you. Number 2, don't talk bad about people. Proverbs 15 verse 4 says, "A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit." Think of it this way. If you wouldn't say it next to them, then you probably shouldn't be saying it at all. That's all it takes. When God says love others as you love yourself, it's mainly because you wouldn't want anyone to talk crap about you, telling others what may or may not be your business. And at the end of the day, everyone that you choose to talk about is still someone that Jesus chose to die for. So please, don't bring that cycle into high school. With that being said, don't be a listener. In order for the gossipers to have power to gossip, there must be listeners who encourage it. I admit, even though I wouldn't talk badly about someone, I would always tend to listen instead of slowly shutting the conversation down. I would also think to myself, at least I didn't tell their business. But I was actively listening to it, and that's just as bad, because encouraging that behavior causes more gossiping.
Number 4.
Do not be so boy or girl crazy. Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 4 says, "I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases." Now, I can't speak for everyone because there are many high school sweethearts out there. But don't be in such a rush to be in a relationship. And don't be so hyperfixated on finding someone. Because I can assure you, most of these kids do not have the best emotional maturity to be in a relationship. And maybe right now, you don't either. And that's okay. But don't rush just because everyone around you is in a relationship. Focus on your education and God, and trust everything else will happen in God's perfect timing. Number 5, be a light. Matthew 5 verse 16 says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." There are going to be many people who will be negative Nancys, but don't add to that. Be a light for someone. How do you do that? Well, by having the fruits of the Spirit. Galatians 5 verse 22 and 23 tell us, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." Ask yourself how you can display these fruits in your everyday life. How are ways that you can be more loving when you talk to others? How can you be more kind? And how can you practice self-control in the way that you react and reply?
Number 6.
You don't have to be like everyone else. Psalms 139 verse 14 says, "I will praise you, for I am filled." Psalms 139 says, Psalms 139 says, I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. High school can be tough if you try to be like everyone else, especially if God gave you the unique talent and personality that you have. For the next 4 years, try sports that you like. If you enjoy theater, do that. And if you like to sing, sing your heart out. I know I sure did. All I know is if I didn't choose to step out, my 4 years would not have ended up the way that it did. Fitting in may be the safest option, but standing out and stepping into who God created you to be sounds way more freeing. So don't let anyone dim your light. Well. Looks like you don't have the attention span of a toddler now, don't you? Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you see so fit. Make the most of these next few years. See ya!
Jesus loves you.